Hi everybody, this is Jonathan Jameson with Mortgage Specialists, and I am bringing you the Mortgage Matters in Minutes live today. Thanks for watching this. We have been getting a lot of questions for taxes and valuations changing, payments changing. So we wanted to do this blog so that we could educate everybody. As you know, we love the education piece of what we do, and so we wanted to bring everybody up to speed as far as questions that we get on a daily basis with regards to taxes. This is a good topic because you actually don't have to have a mortgage loan in order to get taxes, because everybody has taxes. So I'm going to go over a few items today. What are property taxes? So property taxes are something that I believe everybody, at least in Nebraska, everybody has to pay. And it doesn't matter if you have a shack, no improvements, it could be bare land, it could be a mansion. Everybody pays taxes on their real estate. So there's no getting around that, unless there are some exceptions, but for most of us, we have to pay these property taxes whether we like it or not. Taxes are collected by the county and or city, state. They're used for things that everybody could benefit from. Public parks, schools, transportation, things like this. This is why they collect for these taxes, so we can pay for these benefits that we use in our local areas. So specifically in Omaha, how are property taxes calculated? The property tax rate is very similar to the rest of the country in regards to how they're set. They're set by the local authorities, government. They want to make sure that these taxes are enough to pay for the things that they're paying for, like schools. We need enough to pay for the schools, pay for the transportation, anything that's associated with the particular area that you live in. So those are set. There's nothing you can do about that. For a particular part of the area, those tax rates are all going to be similar. As far as neighborhoods, things like that. How they get to how much taxes you actually owe is they multiply that tax rate by your value of your home, and this is the assessed value, which could be different, could be the same as the market value. And that is the annual tax rate that then gets divided in by 12 if you're escrowing for taxes. As many of us do, these tax rates are annual multiples and then divided by 12, so that every month you put money into that escrow account so that the taxes can be paid. For Douglas and Sarpy County, those taxes are paid twice a year. Here in Nebraska, the assessed value of the home is taken every January 1st. That's when the cutoff is for the assessed values, although the assessor is working the entire year to get everything up to date. The intention of the assessor is to make that assessed value as close to market value as possible. And it's also important to know that the home assessment, or the assessed value that the assessor uses, is different from the home appraisal, which is what we require on most of the loans in order to get a mortgage loan. So just know that those are two different things. And when we do the home appraisals, it is not something that is available for the assessor to view or obtain. So for property taxes in Omaha, it's a little bit different than definitely the rest of Nebraska, and most likely the rest of the United States from information that we've seen. We collect taxes here in Sarpy and Douglas County in arrears, which is opposite of everyone else. And so typically when you go anywhere else, when you go to a closing, the seller is going to be paying for some of those taxes that maybe haven't been collected yet. Whereas here, the title company is actually going to be collecting money from the buyer at closing, which this happens a lot with estimates that other lenders that aren't local, they will assume that that is not the case. And so those figures are much lower than they should be. So that's why that happens, is because taxes here are kind of funky. And so it looks like the buyers, for our cost sheets, for example, versus somebody that's out of town, or even if we're going to help one of our clients in Plattsmouth, in Saunders County, Washington County, those cost sheets do look much different for purchase loans than ones from Douglas and Sarpy County. So the taxes and values, and this is probably the question that we get the most in regards to, I closed my loan last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. However, my value is going up, my taxes are going up, my payments going up. We get all those kind of questions. Just know that the only thing that's fixed in your monthly payment is assuming that you have a fixed rate loan, is your principal and interest portion. That's the only fixed part of your monthly payment. Taxes and insurance can go up every year. I think the reason that we're getting a lot of these questions is lately the assessed values have been going up because the market value has been going up on homes around the area so fast that it's very significant for people's payments to go up that fast on something that they had just bought a year or two ago. So this is going to happen no matter what with the market. Also, it is possible, just because the sale price of a property, and again, not the appraised value, but the sales price of a property is public information. So if you get a property that is assessed at a very low rate right now, or low amount, and somebody puts in a ton of work or not, doesn't matter, but the value for the sales price is much higher, that is public information for the assessor to see. Not saying that they will bump it up all that amount at once, or could be a few years, but it is something that is available to the assessor to look at as far as they are concerned to get an accurate market value. So that would be something that you would want to look out for if you're buying a property. Let's say that's $200,000 and it's assessed at $100,000. Just keep that in mind for the next few years of taxes, that those will likely go up. That's really all we had today for our conversation about taxes, and specifically property taxes in Omaha. You can check out our website at www.mtg-specialists.com for more blogs of other various topics, as well as our phones are always open, 402-991-5153. If you have questions on taxes or anything related to your specific situation, anything that we would be able to help with, we would love to hear from you. Thanks again for being with us today, and we wish you well.
Mortgage Specialists. Driven, trusted, reliable.